Happy Friday, y'all. So, for those who celebrate, happy Good Friday. And for those who celebrate, happy Passover. So, a lot of holidays today. So, today we're going to talk about reframing again. We're talking about reframing part two. So, this type of reframing is what I want to talk about is when you think about something bad that happens to you, how can you reframe it? I'm not talking about big things, right? I'm talking about these little reactions we have to things. So, my classic examples, I always use traffic. So, when somebody cuts you off in traffic, what is your reaction? It's typically to get pissed off, right? You're like, why is this guy so entitled? And so I think a lot of times our assumption is this person's just being a jerk. This person's just being entitled. And if you live in Atlanta, that's probably the case a lot of times. But what helps me and what helps a lot of people is to reframe that. It is very possible this person's just an entitled jerk. But it's also a situation where you can have grace for that person. I don't know what's going on for that person. That person could have just found out that their wife's giving birth, or they could just found out that their mom's about to pass away. So maybe they're rushing to get somewhere. So I try to have grace and empathy for other people and say, I don't know what's going on with that person that's causing them to race around. But the other part of it is maybe that 2-second slowdown is the difference between you getting into a catastrophic car accident and not. You never know what that butterfly effect is. So whenever somebody cuts me off in traffic, I say, thank you. You probably just stopped me from something. Or you can even reframe it in a little bit more of a positive way and say, hey, that 2-second delay is maybe now the reason that I'm going to go buy the winning lottery ticket, or that I'm going to run into somebody at the grocery store who's going to be important in my life. So when those little things happen, somebody cuts you off in traffic, the line's moving really slow at the grocery store, I always try to think about that there could be a reason these things are happening. Sure, it could just be an annoying wait. And sure, it could just be an entitled jerk in traffic. But what does it hurt you to think about it more positively? It doesn't necessarily change the outcome, because if it is some kind of fate or kismet, you didn't really know anyway. So try that reframing. Try to think about it differently. Try not to just think, oh, this type person's an entitled jerk. Try to think about one of these other reframes. So have a good rest of your Friday. If you are celebrating a holiday, I hope you have a really great day. And be sweet to yourself and be sweet to others. We'll talk to you tomorrow.